Oh, what is going on, everybody?
Hello!
It is Pixel Partners here, and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney 2. When we left off, we're getting Viridian tied into all this now.
Oh yeah,
She's got some involvement in here, and we're accusing her of being the poisoner. So we're gonna figure out how this is all gonna go down.
poisoner even a word?
It is now. It's my word.
Before the recess, the defense made an astounding claim. According to him, the victim of the incident 6 days ago was the culprit of the current case.
Yep, I did that. An assertion so reckless that one could almost call it wildly aggressive.
You're wildly aggressive.
Yeah. They'd have decided to accord this Oriental amateur every courtesy. Thank you. I feel like he was being a little bit discourteous in saying that.
Discourteous.
That one.
Truly an action worthy of one of our country's finest prosecutors. Lord Fenzies, are the witnesses ready?
They've received their summons and are currently on standby in the waiting room.
They?
Very well, bring in the witnesses.
What do you mean they?
Well, I mean, Viridian's gonna be one.
And the dead rat. No. Oh, well, you've
Cam.
been here.
Oh boy.
I don't care about you.
Now, witnesses, state your names and occupations.
We already know you! Oh,
Emergency
God.
at present. I am a victim.
Oh,
In other words, you're unemployed.
My name is Viridian Green. I'm an artist chick. Never mind. Not quite a chick, even. I'm just a coward who's not ready to give up painting.
Good lord.
girl, you need to have more confidence.
In other words, you're unemployed as well.
Wow! I took offense to that. Oh, wait, even though I'm employed, but still.
William Pretency.
Yes, Your Excellency. I'm humbly at your service.
As an artist, I took offense.
I'm afraid we can't just call you a victim anymore. There's a possibility that you were trying to take your neighbor's life, after all. During these proceedings, we plan to find the truth of that matter as well.
I am ever so grateful.
And as for you, Viridian Green, yes, my lord, do you understand why you were summoned here today? Yes, I was told. Someone thinks I tried to poison this obnoxious gentleman to my left.
Do you have any objections, Miss Green?
I don't know a thing about any of it. I didn't poison anyone or anything.
Come, lady, die to live.
I
have never met this green, rotund lady in all my life.
That's a lie.
And let us continue today's trial. We will now investigate to what extent this young lady was involved in the incident. Don't you find this all strange? Why me, I wonder? I've barely ever set foot in the East End. I was only passing through that neighborhood by mere coincidence 6 days ago.
I don't know about coincidence.
And ever
but
since then I was fighting for my life in a hospital bed.
you found yourself the victim of an unfortunate accident on the pavement outside of that flat.
Yeah.
After being stabbed in the back, you spent 5 days in hospital in a coma.
Better than 5 years. My only
God
connection to
Christ.
that neighborhood was an accidental stabbing. So why am I a suspect? How many times will I be suspected in the future? If I were you, I'd be more worried about flying knives in the future.
Anyway, as far as we know, the only connection between you and that flat is the accidental stabbing.
Anyway.
That's why we called you here to testify. Need you to tell us about what happened 6 days ago.
What? You want me to testify about 6 days ago? The day I was stabbed?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking for. And of course, we can't forget about you, Mr. Pretency. What? But I know nothing of what happened on that night.
Bruh. Stop existing.
Very well, the court hereby orders you to testify. Reveal all you know about the accidental stabbing on Briar Road.
Was it really accidental?
I mean, because of the fact that it was, you know, the wife, Mr. Garadeb's wife up top, That part has to be accidental.
Oh no, I'm making a joke.
Yeah. I mean, it was accidental that happened, but her being there was not an accident.
No.
She was not there by coincidence.
I love how they just let her have an easel up there.
Yeah.
Bob Rossing it up.
At around 5 p.m., I was walking on the snowy pavement. I was stabbed out of nowhere. Actually, I was just passing the flat where this attempted murder took place.
At that point in time, I was out from my flat. I was enjoying supper at the pub.
It was my first time in that area. I just had some quick business is all. I was hospitalized for 5 days, so I know nothing of the current incident. Yet another awful crime to add to the list of those connected to the so-called cursed flat. One can only call it a series of unfortunate events. Love that book.
Do I look like Lemony Snicket to you, sir?
I don't know.
Anyways,
Do you?
So you claim that you weren't home at the time, witness.
Look inside yourself, Lord Francis. Who are you really?
Oh, God, stop. I knew nothing of this rotund lady's fate until the next morning when I woke. The loud policeman barging into the first floor flat made it easy to guess what had happened. That must have been when Soseki was first arrested. I see no connection between these witnesses. He's right. If we take their words at face value, it's hard to find any sort of connection. But if we dig deep enough into the shadows, we're sure to find something. This is my one and only chance. It's time to wipe out the truth. Whip out the truth.
Wipe out the... No, we need to find it.
We need to dig it out, not wipe it out.
Friends, begin your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord.
So cross-examination.
Examine him.
Oh no.
Okay. So around 5 million runners, they stabbed out of nowhere.
Examinate. Do.
I know well about what happened. My deepest condolences to you.
I'm quite amazed at just how long I was out for. The case was solved before I even woke up. I'm told that the culprit was arrested too.
Your case is long over. You can forget all about it now. It was all a bad dream, meaningless now that you've awoken.
I suppose you're right. Thank you for your concern.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Okay.
But before you forget it, I'd just like you to confirm one thing.
He talks so fancy, it's hard to tell sometimes.
What happened on that day? We need to know that so that we can solve this mystery.
Sorry, but I'm afraid there's not much to it. I was just walking down the pavement.
Passing the flat where attempted murder took place. Why? But why? And why were you near Briar Road that day?
Where? What?
What was the name of the art school you attended again?
Oh yeah, it was far away, isn't it?
Oh, you mean Thorndyke Art Academy?
According to Mr. Holmes, the academy is on Brixton Street. It's about 10 stations away from Soseki's flat on the underground.
We've heard you live near Brixton Street as well. So what compelled you to wander all the way down to the East End?
Well, that neighborhood is just so picturesque.
The witness is an artist, chick. City centers are not the only place one can find inspiration.
You heard him. I just love creepy towns with a musty atmosphere.
I do believe sleepy towns with a rustic atmosphere is a much nicer way to say it.
The main thing to take away from all this is that she's clearly hiding something.
She clearly hiding something.
She clearly hides
She
something.
clearly
She clearly
hides
hides
something. Right. She's not willing to tell us of her own volition.
She not willing to tell us of her own volition.
Oh my god.
If she trying to hide while she was hanging around, while she's was hanging around the East
Oh my
End.
God.
If we were trying to hide, your times are coming, Miss Viridian Green.
I'm gonna get you, Dirty Dan.
Oh, no.
Then she must have a good reason to do so. That'll be the key to this whole mystery. By the way, Mr. Pretensy, what were you doing on that night 6 days ago? Please tell us. By all
Means? Oh no.
If feelings just about
Flashbacks.
One time I was from my flat, I was enjoying supper at the pub. You can afford that? You were at the pub.
He stole.
In East End Paradise, the Pepper Pavilion. That's odd. Oh? What is it, Prosecutor Van Zeeks? The Pepper Pavilion and its neighboring establishments are all quite expensive.
Oh.
What would a man who can't afford even a loaf of bread be doing there?
If I remember rightly, the menu's most popular items are the finest biscuit crumbs and water.
If he had gone to the shabby shanty in the East End, he could have eaten better. Ordinary soup and salad, yes. Or was it soupy water and cabbage stems?
Ew.
They both sound just delicious. Well, you know, sometimes a man thirsts for a drink of water from a different pub. Does that make the water different too?
Perhaps he had a certain reason for changing venue that evening? There may have been something that compelled him to go to the Pepper Pavilion.
You're right. You just happened to go to a different pub. I think that's something worth remembering.
Yeah.
What could Mr. Pretency's unusual actions mean for us?
Because he was sweating about it.
Seven might tell us why he did that. Now, do we have...
Do we?
Did we take the envelope with us? We didn't. I was hoping we would have the envelope that we read in Viridian's room.
I forgot about
but we
that.
didn't take that with us, which is important because that's the other end of this fucking scrap of envelope. And it talks about needing
Well,
to
I
meet...
mean, it belonged to her. We can't just take her stuff.
I know, but it would
Taking the
make
poison
things
was one
easy.
thing. Taking a letter is another.
And if I remember right, did it say the Pepper Pavilion or was it the shabby shit?
I think it
Pepper
was the
Pavilion.
shabby shanty, actually.
Hmm.
I don't
fuck.
remember. It's
gonna-
been a couple days.
Yeah, I'm gonna give up for now.
And we read it once.
I'll see if we can get anything else out of this here. So, unfortunately, I don't have anything like that at the moment.
If you find any clues, you should try pressing him again.
Right, got it.
Miss Green, please return to your testimony.
All right, everything some quick business. What business would that be? Tell us more about this business.
It's really nothing. I don't think there's any point in me even mentioning it.
It's up to us to decide if it's nothing. When we came to visit you at the hospital, you told us something juicy.
Juicy.
Huh?
It's about that card you were holding.
Oh,
Viridian.
yeah.
What was that? Did you just hide something behind her back?
Two things.
And then kill a rat? Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck.
Oh.
Don't get stuck.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there we go. Oh, God, game. As I recall, it said something like this. I want to speak with you about Duncan Ross's
I
death.
don't know why I thought it was going to say, I want to speak to your manager.
Oh, my God.
And what of it? I don't think Duncan has anything to do with the trial.
Oh, you want to talk about Duncan, do you, sir?
Chotto.
Excuse me, Mr. Pretency. My participation ribbon. Oh, yay.
Participation ribbon.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Oh, do excuse me, I seem to have accidentally quoted Shakespeare.
Accident.
Yeah, accidentally. Sure. Let's go with that one. You seem to be deep in thought while Viridian was testifying. Did anything come to mind? Nothing in Pretency in particular. You know the name Duncan Ross, don't you? You two lived in the same building, after all. No, afraid we never really spoke to each other. And neither of us think about him. Even though he died in the flat right above you? I don't think so.
Miss Green?
Yes, my lord.
I want to know more about this card. Do you mind if I took a look?
Not at all, my lord. You can even toss it in the bin if you'd like.
No, we'll toss it in the evidence
For
bin. How
now,
about
I
that?
think I'll just accept it as evidence.
Good boy.
There we go. Now we have it.
Good boy. There must be something connecting Viridian and Mr. Pretense.
Absolutely.
Now, let me see if we can read this now and we can verify where it is
All right.
that they're supposed to meet. Can we open it?
Can we
open it?
look
It got silent.
It did.
This envelope was forcibly ripped open. I can't picture Viridian doing something like this. Huh?
What is it?
The shape of this tear seems awfully familiar. You just now figured that out?
Oh, I have an idea. What if it matches the torn envelope we found?
Oh. Hey, that's it. Let's drop it in together. Okay. Oh, minigame time randomly. Boom. Okay. Not even a mini game. It just did it for us.
Mini game.
I thought it'd be one of those things where it might have us rotate it to make it match or something, just to mix it in.
Fit. This was definitely ripped from this envelope.
I guess the most confusing thing would be is that if Viridian had the envelope, why was the tear in Pretency's room?
Yeah, I don't know.
That was the thing that confused me the most, as I was like trying to figure out the order of operations of who had what first, so that would be the case. Like, it's confusing. Okay, let's updated both of those, but can we read it? God damn it.
We can't.
We can't read it. Oh well, whatever. We know that the garden envelope is perfectly the Grubsy. Okay. Duncan Ross must be the key to this.
Return to your testimony.
Anyways, hospitalized for 5 days, so nothing of the current incident. You didn't wake up until the morning after this incident, right?
Exactly. See, I couldn't be responsible for it. So why'd you have to go and drag me all the way to court?
When this fake spear was poisoned, she lay comatose in hospital. How dare you?
Fake spear? Okay, I like that one. You earned points. Those are some brownie points, Van Zeeks. Okay. Keep that up.
I couldn't dream of a more airtight alibi.
Mr. Attorney, they told me you think I'm the culprit.
Well, yes.
If that's what you think, then where's your evidence? I'd certainly like to see it.
I was thinking the same thing, Japanese boy. Just give me a minute, okay?
Defense, I don't think the jury is willing to give you yet another chance.
Didn't think so. I'm back into a corner here.
Yep. That was a well-timed questioning, Naruhodo.
Yeah, we even got a new lead out of it. I can't wait to yell, hang on again.
Why don't we just pursue the lead we've got instead?
Oh, that works too. I guess I can't force my way through everything just by yelling at people. I wish I could, but I can't. All right, I believe it was it was this one. And we have to press it and then talk about this. That fucking harp, stop it.
What harp?
Whoa. There are some reactions that Pretency has that is accompanied by a harp. Okay, now I'm gonna save here quick. But
the only time I remember hearing that was when he was doing his little shimmy shammy dance.
Yeah, he did it once last part and then once in this part. Before
okay.
this, we did it again right here. But Mr. Pretency. Yes? Why did you go to the Pepper Pavilion 6 nights ago? Did you have a special reason? It's not your usual pub. How should I know? Please tell me. Since you asked so kindly, why don't we take a look at this piece of evidence?
Since you asked so kindly.
All right. Even though we can't read it, I'm pretty sure it talked about it, so I'm going to go and present Viridian's card. Draw your attention to this card.
Isn't that Miss Green's card? In a green
That's right.
envelope?
Here's what the card says. I want to speak with you about Duncan Ross's death. Please come to the Pepper Pavilion on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th of February. This information is very important to you. Please keep this between us. Mr. Pretency. Your actions on the day of the previous crime match up perfectly with these instructions. What? I can't imagine this to be mere coincidence. What do you have to say to that, Mr. Pretency?
Excuse me? Just a teensy moment.
Yes, Viridian?
You know, that card was addressed to me. The weirdo on my left has nothing to do with it.
Unless he's the one that wrote it.
Yeah.
Then are you saying it really is all just a coincidence?
If I may, my lord. What is it? There's something I'd like to make clear about that card. Very well. Please add that information to your testimony. Tell us about this mysterious card.
Lay it on me. What you got?
This card was addressed to me. The weirdo next to me had nothing to do with it.
I don't even need to press that. This was in his apartment.
That was
so.
in his actual flat.
So, 7 days ago, this letter arrived at your home. You then followed the instructions in the letter and met with an unfortunate fate.
Yeah, that's right. It's really a sad story.
I'm sure it would be.
If it were true.
If it were true.
I called it.
If it were true.
What's that supposed to mean?
Miss Green, have a look at this. It's a torn part of an envelope that looks just like the one you received.
What?
And that's not all. The shape fits perfectly with the way your envelope was torn.
Where did you find that?
It was in Mr. Pretency's room. A room? Tell me, Mr. Pretency, do you happen to recognize this letter at all? Well, everything you did on the night of the crime matches this letter rather suspiciously. Please come to the Pepper Pavilion on Briar Road at 5 p.m. You testified that you did. Mr. Pretency, I'm only going to ask you this one more time. Do you or do you not recognize this letter?
Who's gonna help me here? Help me, please.
And you, Viridian,
What can I do for you?
as the scrap of envelope from Mr. Pretency's room proves, the letter should have also been in his room. So how in the world did it happen to come into your possession?
Well, I certainly wouldn't know. I'm just a chick of an artist.
Bruh.
I can only think of one reasonable answer. You broke into Mr. Pretency's flat and stole it. Oh, interesting.
She's being quiet.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh, wait! I mean, excuse me, miss. What do you have done to my room? Who the hell do you think you are? Oh, wait! Not what I was expecting. He broke character.
Yeah, he did. Oh, mate. That was full on Gina.
Yeah.
Well, this is surprising. Seems we'll have to demand further testimony from the two of you.
Huh.
Viridian Green.
She's being very quiet.
Yes?
One can't help but sympathize with your plight, considering all you've been through. However, bearing false witness in the Crown Court is a crime no matter the plight you face. Do not forget that.
Yes, I'm aware. Now, witnesses, testify once more. Here's about this contradictory letter.
In other words, no matter how sad of a story you have, you still have to tell the truth.
It doesn't matter that you almost died 6 days ago. You gonna get fucked if you lie to us.
You gotta be real.
Indeed, I came into possession of that letter about a week ago. I waited at the pavilion for over 1 whole hour, yet their waiter did not come to me. And then, when the Japanese man visited me, the letter was spirited away.
I don't know a thing about it. If I broke into this weirdo's flat, what do you suppose I did? He's the bad guy here. I don't know anything about some scrap of envelope.
Well, you would, I don't know, maybe poison a pipe?
So you're saying that you received this letter, Mr. Pretency?
But then the question is why? Like,
Why?
She still doesn't have a motive, because I mean, what the heck? Because if she got the letter that doesn't really say who the sender was sent to her.
Everything I'm
How
saying
would
are
she
semi-serious
know?
accusations. Don't take it at...
No, I know, but like the point, the thing still is that trying to tie her to all this, like,
yeah.
do we have it the wrong way around of who wrote it? Because, like we said, if Pretency is the one that wrote it, and he didn't put any of his identifying factors on the envelope there, and it was sent to Viridian, how would she know to go to Pretency's place and do anything there? The only way that could be possible if she was the one that wrote it and gave it to him.
That's why this is a mystery game.
All right. Well, Your Excellency, I'm quite certain it was sitting gently upon my dining table. But thinking back, it was no
Gently?
longer there when I returned from the pavilion.
Compared to what? Aggressively sitting there?
If that is true, miss, it would cast doubt upon your testimony. I think it's a little mean of you to start calling me a liar just because of that. I beg your pardon.
Well then.
I've told as much truth as an artist chick can tell. Without a smidge of doubt, that letter was delivered to my house. Clearly, this scoundrel here is the liar.
But if that's the case, how do you explain this?
Yeah.
I can assure you that we found this scrap envelope in Mr. Pretency's...
I don't have to explain that to you.
Why not?
I only testify about the things an artist chick would know. Explaining and proving things are up to the attorney chick, I'd say.
I guess I'm a chick now. It's plain to see that a cross-examination is necessary to bring out the truth.
Are you prepared, defense?
Yeah, I guess, my lord.
Very well, defense, you may begin your cross-examination.
Viridian definitely broke into Mr. Pretency's flat. That must be when she took the letter.
Right, and those two facts lead us to a certain new possibility. And what a frightening possibility it is. Let's
If you
see
ask
here.
me, these two are both...
Oh, I don't trust either of them.
They're both super suspicious.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's always been, but she's like...
Right.
I thought she was chill, but nah.
Came into possession of a letter. That sounds natural. Did the contents of the letter mean anything to you? No. It was like some foreign language that my eyes had never beheld before. It was my vast literary knowledge. I was unable to decipher it.
I heard the harp that
Yeah,
time.
that's why I stopped for a second. I was
Yeah.
like, mm-mm. But Duncan Ross used to live in the same building that you do.
Why do you not like the harp so much?
It's not like he doesn't deserve the harp, okay?
Oh,
He might as well have been your neighbor. Surely you knew
harps
who
are
he
too
was.
pretty for him.
Yeah. Well, if pressed to say whether one knew him or not. As for me, I would have to bite the bullet and confess that I did. Consequently, he made for the Pepper Pavilion at the specified time. Wait a minute. It crossed my mind. Because
did?
even though
What
we
did?
we can't check the letter because they want to be mean to us on that regard.
Yeah.
But it was something along the lines of, I know what happened to Duncan Ross's death. Meet me here at blah blah blah. I've been saying for a while that whether or not he's the mass murdering what's his face that broke out of prison after faking his death,
Selden?
that's up in the air still. But the point is that Pretency has pretty much killed and tried to kill 2 people living in that apartment to get in there.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But the fact is that, well, I mean, we know for a fact that he was blowing on the gas to take
Yeah.
out the gas, knowing the fact that the cold would hopefully kill Soseki. I'm pretty sure he's trying to get in that apartment for some kind of reason. What if Viridian learned that her husband died because Pretency... Fiance, that's right, died because Pretency, essentially killed him because he wanted to take that room. And she found it out and was like, I know what happened. We need to meet here. Then she would know the location of where he is because she'd know exactly who he is because her fiance lived in one of the apartments there. That ties it all together. So she knows that Pretency had an involvement in Duncan Ross's death. Consequently, he made the Pepper Pavilion at a specified time. I don't see how that has anything to do with your vast literary knowledge. Even I, the peerless Pretency, have but one weakness. My curiosity.
Peerless?
So naturally I decided to head for the Pepper Pavilion just in case I might be seated. But neither my hunger nor my curiosity could be quenched.
The emphasis you put on all the consonants is just, it's
It's weird, but it's as weird as him. So
I don't like it.
waited at the railing for a whole hour.
It triggers my fight or flight response.
Yet the writer did not come.
Huh.
You waited there for a whole hour, so nobody showed up then. Yes, correct. That's how it would seem. You seem a little hesitant. Oh, pardon, just as soon as you asked the question, I suddenly realized something.
Well, did someone come after all?
The night at the Pepper Pavilion, I was in the midst of indulging in the finest of water, relishing the crumbs of brittle biscuits. Thought if I stay, one being merely danced and pranced about. Danced and pranced? Yes, it was a fly. Oh, but perchance that fly was an incarnation of Puck, the trickster fairy.
What?
I don't think Puck would like to be compared to a fly.
Even the fly could have found a better target to fixate on. Is it a crime for me to think so?
No, not at all. And me and the letter was spirited away. Now, what times you noticed the letter had gone missing? What time indeed? I'm not such a petty pretense that would dwell on trifles. It means that he didn't realize it was missing. So Seki then visited your room a few days after the date written on the letter.
Appreciate the translation, Vanzies.
So that means the letter went missing somewhere in that time frame.
I suppose it must have. Do not think me to be a petty pretensier, please.
Yeah, but wasn't Miss Green in a coma during that time? In that case, he clearly would not have been able to break into this witness's flat.
She must have done it, that's probably what she had done right before she got stabbed. She might have gone into the building, snuck into Pretensie's flat, grabbed the letter, and then when she was going on the rest of the path to go to the meetup,
But this happened...
this was 6 days ago. It was in that time frame of when he got it to when Soseki got in his flat. That's the time frame when the letter went missing.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, is that there's a big time frame.
See, I would
where
have
it
said
could
that too,
happened.
but I thought the times didn't match up. So we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right, my lord.
Yeah, you're jumping on that one, aren't you?
This is all just one big mistake. Isn't that right, Mr. Prosecutor?
He's like, I don't know.
Sure. If that's the truth, then we are still left with the question of why you had that letter.
Huh?
I'm not here to defend you. I'm ready to reject anything that doesn't stand up to scrutiny.
All right.
You do well to remember that.
All right. More brownie points. Oh.
Prosecutor Van Zeeks.
More brownie points. Good job. Good job.
I don't know a thing about it. If I broke into this weirdo's flat, what did you suppose I did?
You took the letter. This letter arrived at Mr. Pretensie's flat as early as 1 week ago.
Who?
Pretensie.
You were doing so well, too. Oh, is that true?
But somehow you got hold of the letter. The only way I can imagine that being possible is that you broke into his flat.
What's up, dude?
And what would you propose was the witness's reason for doing so?
Good question.
Yes, it's rather dubious how the witness came into possession of the letter.
And since my random thought process came through while I was reading the line of finishing the whole thought of her breaking in, is that if she knows the fact that Pretensie was using the gas lines to pretty much kill who was ever in the other apartment, she would then know to poison that to get revenge on him.
Yeah.
So that can tie together as well. Anyways,
Yes, it's rather dubious how the witness came into possession of the letter.
You already said that. Why'd you say it again?
that's why I said it quickly.
But so long as you cannot prove its relevance to the case at hand, it would be meaningless to pursue the matter.
She must have broken into the flat in order to get the letter. But what could her end goal have possibly been?
Actually, the end goal could have been to poison the lamp as well, since I just said that.
Oh, the
Obviously,
gas
that would have been the only time she could have done it since she's been in a coma.
Yeah.
And so ever since then, it was just, the fact that he suffered on that night, 2 days ago, whenever it was that happened, it was just, that was when he did the thing. That was just a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. He did the thing! What if her real name was something else?
We'll have to hunt it down.
We're just one step away. I can feel a turnabout coming any minute now.
She's just still going on. He's back here. I don't know anything about some scrap of envelope.
You're going to keep hiding the truth about this letter then.
Sometimes an artist chick just wants to go back to her shell.
The so-called chick aims to convince the world that I'm a scoundrel. I'm an angel of pure white, reveling in the bird's song, dancing to the tune of the wind.
Oh my god, no, you're not.
But this rotund lady shows no remorse for a detestable crime. Wait, who?
Stop!
It's just Sherlock in the back with a harp.
Sherlock has the harp. But no, because the harp was going on like...
I know.
Because I almost said that too, but I was like, ah.
Yeah.
And, excuse me, it would be a violin.
Well, maybe he plays more than a violin.
All stringed instruments.
You're not even an actor, chick. Your career ended before it even began.
Damn.
Oh!
No true artist can be understood before his passing. Oh, time,
Oh,
history,
stop.
one must thy onward march be ever so slow.
Please, stop. Naruhodo, this is your chance to jump in. Dance with him. No, surely this is what you were born for.
I'm no Shakespearean actor. And I'm definitely not jumping in between two squabbling artists. Idiots. I mean, artists.
Hey.
Well, I'm just referring to them
I know.
being idiots.
I know. There's only one thing we can do. We must rely on decisive evidence.
Yeah.
Viridian broke into Mr. Pretensy's flat. Then she spirited the letter away.
Right. I don't think I like where those two facts are going to lead us, though.
You could? Why not?
I have a feeling this examination is going to turn our whole understanding of this case on its head. Okay, let's look at what we have here, because we have the receipt, an unimportant map of the scene. That's nothing, there's nothing crazy going on there. No. None of that's useful right now. We have the soap, the scrap of envelope, the pair of teacups.
We have a lot of evidence.
We do. The crime scene photo, there's nothing in there that really speaks to anything. Victim's medical records, small dose of strychnine, chemical S.
Strychnine.
No samples available.
I love how you're, even though you know how to pronounce it now, you're just...
It's my bit.
You're
It's
just
my bit.
still sticking to it.
1:30 a.m. You've
committed
was
to
found
the
at the
bit.
crime scene. The gas meter. That's a meter, all right.
Hey,
There's
that's
the wall
the meter.
handprints, which would go off for the fact of poisoning the gas pipe.
Yeah.
We have the photo that pretense he had. That was his photo.
Oh, yeah.
Let's remember that. That was his photo. The vial of poison, the Selden files. Donovan was one incarcerated. Nothing really of interest there. And then the card. So Wigo came into possession letter. I waited at the Pepper Pavilion for a whole hour, yet the writer did not come. Because you got stabbed in the back by accident. Then as the Japanese man visited me, the letter was spirited away.
Don't know think about it. If you're broke into this weirdo's flat, what do you suppose I did?
Like, that's that's definitely like the only two things that really speak to it are you don't know, those are the two that we definitely have to work with here. But under what regard?
Maybe she was trying to find the picture of him? I don't know.
He is back here tonight. Anything about some scrap of envelope. Broken in this weirdo's flat. What do you suppose I did? That's like, that just screams like, what did I do? Tell me what I did. I'm sure there's gonna be a repeat of this letter. Is flat? Oh, is that true? But somehow you got it. I don't know if there's anything that we could add in here. I don't know if there was like a... I don't think there was, but... What could our end goal have been? Maybe she was looking for the picture. It's the only thing I can think of that we... Oh, fuck, I hit the wrong button. I hit the A button too soon. Going through the cycle.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, you know what? We're going to find out what it is next time.
Oh, gosh. Things are getting complicated.
Yeah. The only two things like I said, the only
The
thing...
roads are getting bumpy.
I can only tie it to the wall handprints or the picture. Because maybe that is what she was looking for.
Yeah.
Is a picture of her dead fiance. Not knowing it was hidden under a floorboard. Why he had that picture in the first place, I don't know. But he has it in his room.
Yeah, if he did kill him, why would he keep a picture of him?
It's that is the weirdest thing of why he has that. And then also the fact there's some connection between him and Selden as well. But if that's the fact that it's because he is Selden having faked his okay, I'm gonna stop that ending bit now before I drive everyone insane.
Please, and me included.
I know.